Hello, folks. This is Anthony. Changing the oil on your Honda Snowblower is not only one of the easiest things you can do, but it's one of the best things you can do for your Honda. But any kind of small engine, they love to run on nice, clean oil. They'll run cleaner and they will run cooler. And if you get about 20 or 30 minutes uh, of your time in the off season, you can change your oil, and I'm going to show you today how to do it. Now, I'm not going to argue about when to change your oil. Honda recommends every 100 hours. I do mine every other fall. People will argue fall is the best. Other people will argue summertime is best. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into which best oil to use. I use 5W30 synthetic. As long as it's 5W30, which is about what every manufacturer recommends for a snowblower. So you can argue until the cows come home on which oils to use, which brands to use, etc. When to change the oil. I'll just leave it up to you. Like I said, I change mine in the fall, right before I need it in the wintertime. So let me show you really quick how to do this. Here's a machine, one of the project machines I have that I have to change the oil on. What I do is I start it up and let it run for about 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes at the most. Let it get nice and warm. And here's your drain plug right here. You can see the ramp. Can you see the ramp under there? That's where it drains. I use this long transmission style funnel. I cut out the about half of it. That way I can put it underneath the ramp and remove the plug by hand. Okay. I installed a drains it on this machine, which actually is much better. Most people don't have one of these, but it makes it less mess. You can put the drains it on there, leave it there all the time. It just screws in. This port is a 12 millimeter port. This drains it has a 12 millimeter uh, port screw in on one side and a 10 millimeter on the other side. So it depends on which machine you have, whatever head bolt you have, 12 millimeter or 10 millimeter. So you start the engine up, put it on a level surface, let it get nice and warmed up, and then you can drain your oil. See, I've already drained the oil on this one. It takes about 10 minutes to drain. On Honda engines, GX engines, they have they've got two openings for the oil. They got the one here. Uh, this is one opening, and on the other side, you've got your dipstick. Okay, and the Honda engines are engineered this way because of some of these engines are used on wood splitters or generators or other machines, and you can't access this hole in some of the machines. And it also has two drain plugs. See, this side doesn't have the ramp, but you could install the drains it hose on this one if you wanted to, and you can drain from either side. So that's kind of a nice feature. Okay, so once you've drained it all out, I just have two funnels. I use this funnel here to fill up the oil. Now these machines, most of these Honda engines only take a little over a quart, so it's really important to check the oil once in a while. Check it in the fall before you start using it, and check it frequently during the winter. These GX engines are practically bulletproof as long as they have oil in them. And you want the oil, when you're filling it back up, you want the oil to come right to the edge here. I don't have any oil in it right now, but you want the oil to come almost to the edge. You don't want to overfill it and overflow it, okay? So once it's on the top there, see when you check your oil, you can see the oil on the dipstick. You don't want it halfway. You want it almost all the way to the top. You just check it by pushing in. You don't have to screw it in. Just check it like that, and the oil should come almost right to the top here. If it's down too far, down here, then you know you need to add some oil. That's why it's really important to check your oil, because if you only have a half a capacity in your crankcase, the engine's going to run hotter. It's going to run hotter, and it's going to wear out more quickly. So I'm always emphasizing that on the Honda group. Check your oil, check your oil, check your oil. And it's really, really important. So once you've done this, you're good to go. You're good for another 100 hours, or like I do every other fall. I can think of anything else to tell you that's really important, but it's really simple. This is one of those things that you should do. Like if you're just starting to get into working on your Honda snowblower, this is a confidence builder. I mean, it's really fairly easy. You can change the oil in about 30 minutes or less, and it's one of the easiest things you can do for your Honda, and it's one of the best things you can do. So if you have any questions or suggestions or comments, please comment below. And if you want to argue about which oil to use or when to change it, what time of year to change it, you can do that in the comments. You guys can have a heck of a lot of fun arguing with each other on that. I just told you what I like to do, okay? So that's about it. Uh, Please like and subscribe. And you guys all have a great day. Thank you.